So how did you write it?
Well, we started when she was born and really took it up mostly when she started kindergarten. Because the first few years of her life, there really wasn't anything that I could see was wrong with Allegra. She was very happy, very outgoing, and just loved everybody. So I thought she was absolutely fine. And then when she went to nursery school, the second year of nursery school, the headmistress called me in and asked me if I had noticed that anything was wrong with Allegra.
Had you noticed anything?
No, I had noticed nothing. To me, she was just the same child. As I said, very happy, very outgoing. So she said to me, well, why don't you just come in one day and sit in the classroom and you tell me what you think. So I did that, and I sat in the classroom, and at reading time, when all the kids were sitting in a semicircle around the teacher, there was no Allegra. She wasn't anywhere. She had pulled herself away, had gone into the kitchen part of the classroom, and just was playing on her own. She just had no contact with the children or with anybody else, let alone the teacher. She wouldn't sit and listen. So then I also noticed she acted up a lot, and that she basically didn't have a lot of friends in the classroom because the kids couldn't understand her. She didn't really want to be part of the group. So after that, I went back to the headmistress and I said, yeah, I really do think something's wrong. So she said, well, why don't you take her and get her tested? I didn't know quite what she was talking about tested. I mean, to me, it was just a matter of her, maybe even discipline would have helped it. But she said, no, I don't think that she's going to be able to go into an ordinary kindergarten, ordinary being mainstream classroom. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. Well, anyway, I took her advice and I did take her to a top pediatric neurologist, and he tested her, or he had one of his assistants test her. And then I was called back the next day for the results. And he sat me down and he said, I just want to tell you that reading the results of the test that we did on Allegra yesterday, I can honestly say I think that she is mentally retarded and that she should be institutionalized, because I think it would be far better for her and for the family if she was institutionalized. And then he said, and I know a place outside of London. Well, that just sent me, I went crazy. I went absolutely crazy when I heard that. I thought, how can this man say this to me? But then I had to believe, because he was a top doctor, that he was telling me the truth. I had actually taken Allegra with me that day, and she sat at the desk outside of his office with his secretary, and she was playing with her, and she was pretending to type, and she was having the best time. And I came out of his office, and I looked at her, and I thought, how can he say this to me? So I took her hand, and we went home, and she went to her room, and I went to my room, and I just sat and cried for a couple of hours until I realized that wasn't going to do me any good. So we had to make a decision. We had to make a decision about what was going to happen next year.
What did happen? What did happen? You didn't follow his advice.
I certainly didn't follow his advice. I decided that I was going to become the one that was going to take the best care of her and make sure that she got into the best schools and had the best opportunity to lead a normal life.